Todd Golden gets robbed today as Bruce Pearl, the head coach for the Auburn Tigers, wins Coach of the Year, who they also won 27 games alongside Florida. But I just saw a little article which gave me a little tidbit here from our guy Dylan Olive, Hightop alum. They've won, I think, 27 in the last 4 years. So, look, very impressive feat. But
Yeah,
Coach of the Year by
yeah.
kind of just doing what you've been doing. And the expectation for Auburn coming into this, they were the 1 seed last year. I think it was between them and Alabama in the SEC. They were top dogs. I mean, they wasn't like they were kind of limping in. Florida, remind you, was a 7 seed last year, kind of trying to find their rhythm. Todd's
Mhm.
second year, I think it was, comes in this year. And yeah, the argument is, oh, he's got the best kind of couple players, best players in the country because he wouldn't have got him.
Yeah,
Evaluated the
right.
talent, pulled him in, and worked with development, made sure they fit his scheme, and it's worked. He got robbed. Here's why I like it. I always try to find the positive perspective of it. It's great timing to put a little fuel to the fire, right? Don't mind
For
that.
sure.
I also don't mind it because maybe he's a little bit cheaper when we go to re-sign him. He ain't got an extra notch under his belt. No,
Sure.
I wish he would have got it. But look, I think it's something to hopefully it'll be one of those points that the team rocks and rolls with, especially through the SEC tournament and going into that March Madness of like, we'll show you who the coach of the year is. So
Yeah, for sure. Imma just go ahead and be honest. He got snubbed because of the allegations.
I didn't even
Imma
think
just
about it.
go ahead and yeah. Ew, I felt that was silence in the air. It almost
Yeah,
pierced the whole room.
it did. I think you just popped a massive bubble because I think we as Florida fans, we kind of dealt with it very quickly, and it felt like I got kind of over moved on very quickly. When he made that announcement of like we're handling it at that point, my opinion, it was he was free and clear. That's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah.
Now it didn't get legally free and clear. I would say maybe till a month ago
Yeah,
now at this point,
yeah,
but you're spot on. That's 100% what it
yeah,
is. We
court of public opinion, man. Yeah,
spot on.
because of all of that, that took some of the shine away from them, you know, and then voters, whoever do the voting, you know what I mean? The way it was handled, and you couldn't say he couldn't say much, and then the statement he couldn't really come to a strong defense because you never want to do that, you know what I mean? Because then you come off like a jerk. So I believe for me, you know, like you said, the players that he went and got guys that he evaluated. These guys were at smaller schools and stuff. But he pulled a Billy with his evaluations, and these guys turned out to be gems. And then we got seniors that were on this team. You know what I mean? So we got guys that have been through the gauntlet already. So and put work in here at Florida. So I just it sucks that he didn't get it, but like you said, it's fuel for the fire. Something for those guys to play for. Like, okay, our coach ain't get coach of the year. Don't worry, we're gonna show you. So I hope they use it as motivation.
TJ said,
But
I know
yeah,
Mr. Harris was a fellow conspiracist. Welcome, good sir. Look, I don't even think that's really a conspiracy. I fully believe it. It's a political thing. I mean, all of it's political, right?
big
And
chunk, man. Don't do my
people look
Gators
at that
like
as
that.
like, hey, do we want to make a guy at one point that was, allegedly convicted for this, put him back in the spotlight, which then could come back on them? Everyone's afraid to make a move. Everyone's afraid to take a stance, even after the fact that it was put to bed. People are still afraid to kind of have a voice on it. So yeah, I think you're spot on.
For sure.
It didn't even
I mean, you got to root for the
cross my
voters.
mind.
It's like having a jury.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
emotional.
mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
people driven. Yeah, no, that's spot on. Look, I think that should make us feel a little bit better. That I don't think that, not that it makes you feel better, but to me it's kind of closure of like, okay, like I don't agree with it, but at least I can understand why it happened. But
Yeah.
to me there was no before that I had no reasoning behind it. It just seemed like it was like blind, but that's 100% what happened. We may have just broke
I'm
news.
normally I'm usually the guy when you can't figure out why something is
It's
happening,
right in front of you.
I'm normally the guy that can tell you why it's happening.
You did. You figured it out on breaking down the film too. So
Yeah.
look, that's yeah. Look, this will be interesting to see how this kind of takes off with people. I want to get people's thoughts and opinions on that as well. I think other media outlets probably won't say that either, right? They're not going to
Yeah.
say, "Here's why you didn't get this." Um, But yeah, and look,
You
I
know what
saw
that would sound like? Who's gonna come out and say that? That would be crazy.
well, so it's funny, I saw a clip from, Dorian, and Dorian went on a rant of, like, he deserves this, like, this is a great rant, obviously, Dorian does a good job, and
Yeah.
said, why aren't more people talking about it?" And, I mean, to me, I was like, I mean, I felt that it had just happened, but he's right.
Y
No,
y
we're talking about it, right? Like, the
No,
inner circle of
guess
Florida's
what? Guess what's finna happen? It's finna be talked about, and guess what's finna be talked about? What I just talked about.
if
Because
someone
if you got
takes
to
it,
go down all the whys, you got to put a whole list up of the values of this guy, the values of this guy, run it down and see
it's not even close.
where we fell off at. You know
Allegations.
what I mean? But so when you bring up a name, hey, what do you think about this guy? If before I can even get to tell you his record, you got something against him, then I'm gonna listen to the other guy that got just, you know what I
If
mean?
you put
Record's
stat
cool,
sheet
but
to
I ain't
stat
heard nothing
sheet
about
and take the
it.
name
Yeah.
off of it, who you picking? Mm. You got time today, I see. You came
Yeah, I always got time, man.